What's good, y'all? J Coffee Talk here. Hit that like and subscribe, guys. Hit that notification bell. Check it out, man. I just was watching that Chi Ali interview with Vlad that, it's like kind of trending right now. A lot of people are making like reaction videos and shit like that talking about it. I watched about like half of the video, but I just wanted to tap in on something they were talking about, guys. Get in the comments, let me know your guys' take on this, or, just anything. I want to hear your guys' feedback. But the first thing that like I really heard them talk about on that video was Chi Ali talks about how he did 90 days in the box. And Vlad is like, damn, wow, 93 months. And Chi Ali's like, man, that's nothing. That's light work. And see, a lot of people don't realize, man, as everyone knows now, like with YouTube and everything, there's a lot of people enjoy hearing these interviews and stuff about like gang culture, the streets, organized crime, prison and things like that. Like they find it entertaining. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that people find it entertaining. But sometimes people don't realize like the reality of this shit, man. Like the box is no joke, man. It fucks with people mentally. And in the world, of prison, like people who've been to prison and stuff, like in the streets, heavy, did bids, 90 days in the box is light work. You know what I mean? And that's kind of crazy. Like the average citizen thinking about that is like, man, I could never make it through that, And I'm a square nowadays, man. I do this YouTube, I blog on Twitter, Instagram, and things like that. I'm trying to get like a podcast type platform going. So make sure y'all subscribe, everybody, and hit that notification bell. Fuck with my channel, guys. But when I was coming up, I lived, I was in the streets. I dibbled and dabbled in the streets. I've been to the county jail. I did a lot of time in juvenile detention and stuff like that, homes and shit like that when I was younger. And I was lucky enough to never go to prison. As I said, I'm a square now, and I'm cool with that, man. And so when I was younger, though, when I was in the county jail, I did 2 months in like double lock, which is, it's, the same type of idea that you're locked in a cell and all you get is an hour rec a day. You know what I'm saying? Some jails or whatever, it depends what you did to get the ticket to be in, like I said, they'll call it double lock, punitive segregation, whatever. The whole, it's, whatever. It's all, you're being punished. So, but if the names and the rules of it differ from jail to jail, facility to facility, but some places you can go to programs to get out, to get out of the cell other than that hour of rec. So people will sign up for a lot of programs. Some jails, you can't go to the programs. Some you can. It depends on, the hearing they have when you get the ticket. They decide that. But I did 2 months in there, and that sucked, but it wasn't that bad because you're just on a cell block, so it's just bars in front of you. So you can talk to people in the other cells to pass the time and, pass reading material and magazines like, yo, let me read that Source magazine when you're done. You know what I mean? And then you read it. Yo, I got this good book over here. All right, man, let me get that next when you're done. You know what I'm saying? And pass the time and things. It ain't that bad. And if the CO is cool, sometimes he'll bring other books and shit down and magazines. So, it sucks, but it ain't that bad. But in the box, you're just locked in that room, man. And as I said, I'd never been to prison, but I've had friends that have done, over a year in the box. I knew someone who did like 2 years in there. And I had a experience kind of similar when I was in the juvenile system. After I had did like 6 months in a home, when I came home, I was on aftercare, which is like being on paper, like parole or probation or whatever, and I was getting in trouble, so they were going to violate me and send me back. But my family, my aunt and uncle worked something out with the court. They sent me down to Pennsylvania to live with my sister. And she lived, anyone out there, if you guys are familiar, I was in Buffalo, New York, when I went and lived with my sister. This is in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. It was the sticks. Any of y'all, if y'all know where that's at, tap in the comments. But I went to a home there called Barnes Hall. I guess it's not even standing anymore. But anyways, man, make a long story short, I got in trouble along with a bunch of other people where we got punished, where we were locked down. I ended up being locked down for 4 months, and this was kind of similar to the box because there was an incident. Basically, they said we tried to escape, but it was kind of some bullshit. It's a long story. If you guys would want to know more about that, let me know in the comments, and I will do an interview. You know what I mean, and go into more length about that. But I'm just kind of giving the short version. But the basic needs thing is only supposed to be 72 hours. You're in your room, and there it's not. The rooms are cells. You know what I'm saying? But they don't have bars. It's a steel door. There's only a skinny little window you can look out, but like the doors are solid. So if you're trying to talk to the person like across from you in the cellar room across from you, they can't hear you. You know what I mean? So you can't really talk to people to pass time like that. You don't get an hour rec. All you get is a 5-minute shower every day. You know what I mean? And the staff members, it depends. If they're cool or not, will bring you maybe a book or a magazine or something. Like, you got to get their attention. Like, yo, can you give me another magazine? And if some of them is just like, nah. Some of them are cool. Like, there was some that really looked out for me because like I said, I ended up being in there for 4 months, and a lot of the staff members were just like, man, they were like, this ain't right. They felt bad for me because that's the point I'm making about this video. Like, I started kind of losing it, man. When you're in there. And that's the thing too. This was like the box, you know what I'm saying? Just locked in a room, 5 minutes out a day, and like I said, it's only supposed to be 72 hours, a 3-day punishment. But they had this big hearing. It's all bullshit, man. But we didn't even get an hour rec, and it's crazy because even people, I could be wrong, y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but even people on like death row, I believe, get an hour a rec. You know what I'm saying? People in maximum security prisons get an hour rec. I mean, I know some of them, the rec yard, if these people are like real dangerous, the rec yard might be indoors, kind of like a courtyard type deal where you don't actually go outside. Like, you're kind of outside because if you look up, it's the sky, but it's not really like going outside, but it is. But we didn't even get that. You know what I mean? We 4 months of that shit, man. And that's what I just wanted to tap in and kind of share that with y'all, that these guys, when we watch these videos sometimes of these people talking about prison and stuff, like, the shit is crazy, man. Like, that 4 months fuck with me, man. Like, it's kind of traumatic, man. Whenever I look back and think about it, it's just like, oh man, like, it was terrible, man. I was losing it in a room for 4 months by my fucking self. So you just got to think about that stuff when you think of these, some of these videos you watch where Chi Ali's talking about, because, he did some serious time. And he's like, man, 90 days in the box, light work. Nah, man, not to an average everyday citizen, man. That shit will fuck people up, man. That shit will fuck you up mentally, It's really tough. But, yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. So get in the comments, guys, if any of you have, experienced a similar situation or anything like that. But something else too, real quick, I'm about to close this out, that I wanted to talk about was, like, Vlad was really interested about the whole conjugal visit thing. And it's like, yo, I get it, man. Like, that you're gonna ask him about it, but it's like Chi Ali basically explained it. Like, yeah, you get like a little a room. It's like a 2-bedroom suite or something. Like, there's a bedroom and then another room. And he was saying, he was married, he got to go bang his wife, but like, Vlad just kept asking him, like, what was the room like? Was the bed nice? What was it like, bro? Like, what the fuck? It was just kind of weird to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I didn't understand that. But that, yeah, he's kind of a weirdo for that, Vlad. But last thing I want to talk about is the whole thing with Vlad, DJ Bandana Black, who I seen, he did a video speaking on this about Vlad. I kind of feel the same way, where a lot of people are like, yo, Vlad's the feds. Yeah, fuck Vlad. He's a snitch. He's police. But it's like, Vlad, a lot of people don't like him personally, but like, as a YouTuber, businessman, you got to respect the dude. You know what I mean? Even if you don't like him. Like, he does seem kind of like a clownish, you know what I mean? But basically, like I was saying, people like this kind of content that Vlad's putting out. That's why he's so popular and making so much money and so successful. But those people, I'm kind of agreeing with Bandana Black on that. Like those people go in there and they answer those questions. They could tell Vlad, yo, I don't want to talk about that. And Vlad has a way with the questions where he kind of tries to manipulate the person into asking the question another way, or kind of like putting the pressure on them. But like, yo, if you don't want to talk about something, they should just not talk about it. Or they tell Vlad before the interview, like, don't ask me about this. Or they can just refuse to answer it. Like Bandana Black said, Vlad's job is to get views. So he's going to bring the content and ask the questions that's going to get those views. So that's what he does. And like, people should stop going on Vlad and answering those kind of questions. And like, if Vlad ain't the police, but the police, we know, like the Arab interview and other stuff. Get in the comments, guys, and let me know about the other situations where Vlad's video might have been used as evidence against people. Like, it's not Vlad's fault that that person goes on there getting reckless as fuck like that. So, you know what I mean? Like, people just need to stop answering that question. You know what I mean? Create a boundary. Tell Vlad, draw a line in the sand, so to speak. Don't ask these kinds of questions, because I ain't gonna answer them. People just be firm and tell them, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, y'all. Just wanted to. I've seen a lot of people were talking about this video, so as I said, I only watched about half the video, I believe. So I don't know, y'all. Get in the comments anything I touched on or talked about. Any feedback you guys got, of course, I want to hear it. That's what this channel is all about. I'll catch you guys on the next one. It's Jay Coffee Talk. Sports, music, news, life, current events, and more. Blog and all that. So like and subscribe, guys. Hit the bell. Fuck with my channel. I'm out of here. Peace.